Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of First Play here on Luke I'm on TV. Today we're going to be playing Farpoint, which is a brand new game for the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation VR. This has been a very highly anticipated title for the PlayStation VR, really for two reasons. Number one, it is the first fully playable first-person shooter game for VR. And then number two is it's going to use this new PlayStation Aim controller, which is a dedicated peripheral for PlayStation VR. As I mentioned in my unboxing video, it is modeled very closely after the sharpshooter that was used for the PlayStation 3 Move. So this does have the two thumbsticks, so it's going to give you full movement within the game. So that's something new to PlayStation VR. This is something that's just now available. So I think we're going to start seeing a lot more first-person shooter games for PlayStation VR. So I'm really excited to using this more. And then just a heads up too, I actually did try to shoot this video already. And I learned that there was like a 10-minute intro sequence to the game in the story mode. So I tried playing through that, and then eventually I said, okay, I got to a checkpoint where I stopped it, and then so now I'm going to continue on. So that way you don't have to sit through and watch me go through this intro sequence, because there's really not much going on. So if you do want to, see more of that, you would just have to either find another video where you can see the full intro sequence to the story, or just play it yourself. And then also I'm just going to give you a heads up too, there might be some swearing in this video, either from the game itself or from me. And then also I'm not going to be wearing my earbuds like I normally would be, just because I want to be able to hear myself talk so I can communicate with you all and tell you about what I'm experiencing and what I think about this game. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the game. And like I always do, I'm going to center the screen. That's always the best thing to do right away. Typically what I do is I hold my head in the normal position, and then I just kind of look slightly downwards. And then I hold down the option button to center the screen. And that usually seems to be the sweet spot for me. That's most comfortable, And as I said, I already played through just a small section of it. I didn't actually get to any action in the game. It was just the intro sequence, so you're not really missing anything. But I will tell you that my first impression was pretty good. I think the graphics do look really nice. The controls do work pretty well. And I really do like this gun controller, by the way.
Touch each segment with your controller.
Okay, so this is just the intro calibration. You just you can see your gun controller on the screen.
Touch each segment with your controller.
So you just see like this, there's like this sphere, and you just kind of move it around in the sphere. You just kind of touch the whole section so it can calibrate.
Touch each.
And there we go.
Setup complete. Thank you.
Very simple, very easy. And then here you are, you're like in this is the main menu. Right here it says user login, and it says story, cooperative, challenge, cinematics, and settings. Now I'll just go to settings really quick. I'll show you the settings I already have set up here. So right here it says, I'm under controller, and it says turn mode. I set it to smooth. You can also set it to no turn, small step, big step, click, and then smooth. So I left it on smooth. I had been on message boards, and I had seen user settings, what people were preferring to use. Most people use smooth, which is very similar to Resident Evil 7, by the way. People had it set to smooth. And then it says turn speed here. I got it currently set at 6, which is about in the middle. I initially started at an 8, and I thought it was too fast, so I'm just going to go ahead and move it down to 6. And then right here it says vibration. It's currently set at full, but you can also change it to medium, low, or off. But of course I want to use full. And then quickly I'll show you the other options. You get audio. You can change the audio settings to all of them. I turn the music down just because I don't want the music cranking while I'm playing the game here. And then under player you can kind of change your height. Now it's in centimeters, or you can change it to feet. It says 6 foot right now. I'm just going to go ahead and change it to 5'7", because that's what height I am. And then right-handed, so you can do left or right-handed. I'll go ahead and keep it at right, of course. And I'm going to close it, and now I'm going to go back to story. and it will bring me back to my checkpoint. And then we can actually get to the actual game, because I have not gotten to the actual game, like I said. I went through the intro sequence, and it just brought me to when you land on this planet, and I just kind of walked around, and that's all I did. I didn't get to any action at all. So the graphics do look really good, like I said. The tracking is a little questionable. I do keep my camera underneath the TV, by the way. Some people prefer it on top, and maybe it would work better on top, but I keep mine below the TV. It seems to work better.
Location report now.
Especially when I'm sitting down.
Location unknown. Analyzing atmospheric composition. 23% nitrogen. 2% oxygen. 12% helium. Warning. 63% unknown elements.
Okay, so it says open. You go ahead and click that, and now you are outside. And yeah, I don't know how well you can see that. I don't know if there's any lag on the TV at all, but it is pretty much 1-1 tracking. I mean, it does work very well, the controller. It looks just like it feels, man. I mean, it really does. So go ahead now. Like I said, you do have the 2 thumbsticks. So the first one up top, up front, is the movement. You can strafe left or right, and you can move forward or back. And then the back one really just turns left and then right. You cannot go up or down. That's all used with your head, to look up and down and to look left and right. So you can't. This is just for turning left and right. So I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. And if you press in the front thumbstick, you can run. Although sometimes I seem to have some trouble with that. Sometimes it seems like it works. Other times it doesn't. I think you just walk fast. You don't really run at all. You don't sprint, actually. So this is the first checkpoint. This is actually the checkpoint that I was at originally. This is where I stopped the game. Now you can actually see my shadow, which looks really good. You can't really, of course I can't move my elbows really at all, but you can move the guns. You can see your hands and your body. So again, I'm trying to push in the thumbstick, but it's not really walking real fast. Just a little bit faster, but not really. I would like them to maybe add an option in the future, maybe in a future patch or something, that you can change your walk speed. I think that would be really beneficial to this game. By the way, these front buttons, which is like your L1 and your L2, if I press the L2 button, the bottom button, I just kind of move you can kind of see my finger moving. This one up top, the L1 I believe it is, just kind of shoots out like this little kind of radar thing that just kind of used to, I think, to just scan stuff. So you do not press a button to aim down your sights. You actually just press the gun to your face, and then you actually look down the gun. So that's how it actually works, which is actually really cool because it's much more immersive that way. So again, I'm going to try and speed through, but again, it's not sprinting at all. It's walking slightly faster, but I'm going to try and get through this section so we can finally get to some action. Graphics look pretty good. I'm not super impressed, especially since I'm playing on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I was hoping for slightly better graphics. It looks good. The gun looks good. The modeling of the gun looks good. The stage design looks pretty good too. Not extremely impressive though. You know, it really isn't. But you know, I mean, as you get further in the game, that could change, of course. But my first impressions are just, well, it looks good. You know, I'm just not like blown away or anything. But the immersion is very good. It really does kind of feel like you're there, especially once your eyes adjust.
Dr. Moon, Dr. Tyson, this is Wanderer. Copy.
By the way, the turn speed seems about right for me right now. Like I said, I started on 8 when I first tried to shoot this video, and it was way too fast. I felt like I was going to get sick. So it's on 6 right now for turn speed, and that feels just about right. And the controls work very well, by the way. Again, you know, this controller is just perfect for this game, and I can't wait to see what else they come out with in the future. See, now I feel like I can run now. See, before maybe it was just that section where you can't really run fast through it or anything, but now I feel like I actually am sprinting. Look at that. If I just look around, I don't know how well you can see that on the television, but yeah, it actually does look pretty good here. The rocks look very nice. Some definition in the rocks, and the lighting effects look good. Stage design look good. The clouds up above actually really look really nice. Looks like high quality PS3 graphics, maybe very low entry PS4 graphics, but at least high level PS3, and that's satisfactory for me. That works well enough for me. So I'm trying to run through this section here so we can get to some action again. It has very slow start, kind of similar to Resident Evil 7, where it had really long intro sequences and stuff. Okay, I think I'm supposed to scan. There you go. Okay, I'm supposed to like scan the body. The hell?
They're alive. Dr. Moon, Dr. Tyson, if you can hear this, stay where you are. I'll find you.
Get so tired of just not being in action. We gotta do something here. We gotta shoot the gun. It's cool how it leaves holes in the rocks. That's good. Destructive environments. Alright, we're gonna try and run again here. We gotta get to some action. I want to shoot some stuff. Again, immersion is very good. I'd say it's actually one step above Resident Evil 7 as far as the immersion. I really do feel like I'm there. You know, I look down and I feel like I'm in the middle of this desert here. Again, I don't know where I'm going. This is my first play of this game, so I don't know exactly where I'm going. I guess just keep running straight here, I guess. Oh, there's something.
Hello?
Hello?
Is someone there?
Why would he say that? He saw a spider. Why would he be trying to talk to the spider? There we go. I blew something out. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing stuff flying around here. Oh, there's... Try to shoot that spider. I couldn't... Oh! Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Now they're flying at me now. Uh-oh. I think I had to reload or something. Now they're starting to come out. So the gun kind of overheats after you shoot. You have to kind of just wait a few moments. shit! That definitely took me by surprise. I am starting to get a little bit of the sweats, a little nausea going on. I might have to change the turn speed on this. I'm starting to get sweats. I'm just gonna take a breath here for a moment. Eventually, yeah, I will have to change the turn speed. It just makes me feel kind of sick. I don't get a lot of motion sickness, by the way. I did get a little bit of that from Resident Evil 7, though, too. So, you know, I'm not completely immune to motion sickness with VR. Most games I don't have any problems with, though. But I guess with a lot of these games where you have a lot of full movement.
Locate and scan all fragments.
This place is incredible. You realize that G here is not a constant. You can actually feel the gravitational variances.
I apologize if the volume isn't loud enough for you to really hear, by the way. I mean, when I started doing this video, I had no idea. I mean, some things are really loud, some things are not, you know. And, you know, try to adjust it the best you can. Nothing you can do. Like, it's our first play video. It's my first playthrough.
Come on. We have to keep moving.
It's kind of interesting. Definitely has, reminds me of Halo in quite a few ways, like things like that. The sci-fi nature of the game, of course. It would be really awesome to see a Halo in VR. I'm hoping that Xbox will definitely do something along the lines of that for Scorpio, which I might talk about in a future video. But it's pretty cool shooting these spiders and stuff, but you know, they're not nearly as cool as like shooting enemies in Halo, of course. You know, they're just jumping at me. They're not shooting anything at me. Oh. Whoa, shit. That was cool. Whoa. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm really getting the sweats right now. I'm starting to feel a little nauseous. Like, I'm starting to feel slightly sick. I'm just gonna sit still for a minute here. Again, I don't normally get this way, so, you know, I'm not gonna try and hide it for y'all. I'm gonna tell you that, honestly, I am starting to feel a little sick. Why is that thing not... There we go. Whew, man. Man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to try and play around with the settings because this is, yeah, I'm not feeling too good right now, honestly. But then again, I have been up really late tonight, you know, and I am kind of tired already, so that might have something to do with it too. But again, overall, graphics actually look really nice. Not as high quality as I initially thought. Not to say that they're not high quality, they are, but they're just not to the level of expectations that I had. You know, knowing that this was such a highly anticipated title, and the hype surrounding this game was so high, and you know, it really just you expected, you know, the most amazing looking game possible. And again, it looks really nice and everything, but as of right this minute, yeah, I am a little concerned about the nausea and the motion sickness. But I'm gonna try and get through this a few more minutes if I can. Keeps wanting me to scan. I don't know what this is all about, this all the scanning business, but I'm going to go ahead and do that.
I say again, Pilgrim! Pilgrim, can you read me? This is Dr. Tyson and Dr. Moon. Come back!
The signal needs more power, even without the Death Storm. I'm getting a low-level reading over in
I gotta say the color looks really nice. The saturation, you know, very deep colors, looks very nice. Be interesting to see how well this compares. Again, this is the PlayStation 4 Pro. It would be interesting to see what it looks like on the standard PS4. But yeah, the color saturation looks nice. The wind effects here look good, impressive. Level design looks nice. These rocks look very detailed. It really does look real. Looks like I am right here in the desert, like I mentioned. I am going to go up, just try and go a couple more minutes here, and then I'm going to stop the video.
Guys, make sure you log all this.
Recording.
I don't know what that is. I don't think there's a jump button, by the way. I don't think you can jump. That might be a good idea for somebody to do in the future. You know, add a jump button to a game. Again, I would really love to see like a version of Doom or something, you know, on the PlayStation VR with this controller. I think that would just be awesome. Or they could do a port of Killzone 3, Resistance 3, BioShock Infinite, GoldenEye Reloaded. All those games that were put on the PS3 that use the PS3 Move sharpshooter. I think that would be awesome if they were to do that, port those over to PlayStation 4, PlayStation VR. Even if it didn't use VR, you know, if it just used the controller and the camera, I think that would just be awesome, you know. Yeah, I don't know about shooting these enemies. It's actually kind of boring right now, you know. But again, I'm just in the intro of this game. It's just beginning, so I'm sure there's a lot more to this game. But it's been pretty anticlimactic so far, you know what I mean? It really is. There's just not a lot of... I don't know, it's fun to shoot these things, it's cool and everything, but it's just... Again, it's not... I don't feel challenged right now or anything like that either. At least it's shooting stuff at me. I'm hoping to see more variety in the guns also. You know, I could see this gun getting real boring after a while. I'd definitely like to see some kind of like grenade launchers or some kind of laser weapons. Alright folks, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here before it gets too long. Oh, I'm definitely in this deep sweat like right now. A lot of sweat. I am starting to feel a little bit better though, not as nauseous as I was feeling. But anyway, so yeah, first impressions are pretty good. Graphics look nice. Immersion is definitely there. I definitely feel like I'm right there, and the detail is good and everything. But yeah, I'm a little worried about the motion sickness. I didn't think I was going to have a problem, especially on the PlayStation 4 Pro. I didn't think I'd have any kind of issue at all. Perhaps we'll see fixes to that in future patches, you know. I haven't heard of anybody having any other problems other than myself. But again, hopefully there will be some kind of patches along the way that improve the stability of the game and the frame rate and whatnot. So anyway, first impressions are good, but kind of waits to be seen for the rest of the game. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please make sure to like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you next time.